Yes, sir.
We'll start now. So we are going to start the company accounts now. Okay, so there are other three people are joined. So I have just sent you one SMS WhatsApp link. All of you, please download that.
Sir.
Please download
Yes, sir, download.
introduction of company accounts. Okay. Today that is what we are going to do. That is the module C last chapter, and okay. So we'll be starting that company accounts. This is very important. We'll have 4 to 5 questions will come. Right. And there are sums also will come. We'll start doing the sums also. And then we'll see what best we can do that. Okay. Okay, so we are starting up introduction to company accounts. Give me a minute. In the same link, I also uploaded now. There is another PPT called 4 feature. Please download that also. That will also, we are going to do it today. That is called 4 feature. Right. Introduction to company accounts. All of you able to see my screen? All of you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Introduction to company account. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So what we are going to learn is, about the company. The company is basically, joined together. That is called company. It is defined under Company Act 2013. The company by name itself is a Latin word. Right. This is very important. Incorporated association, separate legal entity, perpetual succession, and we have a common seal. We have a limited liability. Incorporated as association means group of people joined together. Done that. It is called a separate legal entity. Perpetual succession means if the particular shareholder has been expired, the share will be transferred to someone else. That is called perpetual succession. And the company has got a common seal to make it. And then limited liability. Liability is extended to the shareholding. Right? This is a salient feature of company, distinction between ownership and management. Shareholders are different, directors are different. Okay. So, shareholders are owners. Okay. Directors are management. Company is not a citizen. Transferability of shares are possible. Maintenance of book of accounts is possible. Periodic audit will be conducted. Right of access to information which is available. Government company, you know, defined under Companies Act. Government company means the company which is having a central government or a state government has got a 51% of shares or a paid up capital, either by central government or state government, or partly by central government and partly by state government. Right? So that is called, government company. Foreign company is one which incorporated outside India but has a place of business in India. That is called foreign company. Subsidiary company, for example, State Bank of India is a parent company. State Bank SBI Mutual Fund is a subsidiary company. All right. That other company holds 50% of the nominal value of equity share. That means State Bank of India is holding 50% plus shares in SBI Life. SBI Life is a subsidiary of State Bank of India. Right? Holding company. Holding company is something like this, where we have, ICICI. Under ICICI is a holding company. Under ICICI, you have ICICI Bank, or you can put HDFC. HDFC Limited is a holding company. Then we have HDFC Bank and HDFC Life, HDFC EMF. These are all called subsidiary company. Okay. A company is deemed to be a holding company if other company is a subsidiary company. Holding company is also called as a parent company. Different type of company. The company is registered under Companies Act 2013 nowadays. Limited liability company, a liability of shareholder is limited to issue price. Unlimited liability company, a liability of shareholder is not limited to share price. It will be unlimited. That is called unlimited liability. So difference between public limited company and private limited company. Minimum paid up capital for public limited company is 5 lakhs. Minimum capital for private limited company is 1 lakh. Public limited company, minimum 7 people is required. Here private limited, minimum 2 members are required. Public limited, there is no maximum number of people. Private limited, minimum 2, maximum of, now it is 200. Right? Public limited company can invite public for subscription of shares. Listed company is a public limited company, is listed in the stock market. Okay. Unlisted company, company whose shares are not listed in the recognized stock exchange. Right. Unlisted company whose shares or securities are not listed in any recognized stock exchange. That is called unlisted company. Okay. Books of accounts. Books of accounts means P&L and balance sheet. Right. That need to be maintained irrespective of whichever the company it is. It may be we'll have a P&L, balance sheet, cash flow, fund flow, all need to be maintained. Preparation of financial statement. you know, that AGM means annual general body meeting. The board of directors is called BOD shall be lay before the company. The balance sheet at the end of period to be submitted. Statement of profit and loss account also has to be submitted. So financial statement should be true and fair, and that should be followed a certain specific format. And we should have a schedule 6 in the balance sheet, part 1, and part 2 is P&L. This is the format of balance sheet. First, we have equities and liabilities. We have a shareholder funds, share capital, that is nothing but paid up capital. We will explain you in detail. Then we have a reserves and surplus. Then share application, money received pending for allotment, any other liability, non-current liability. Then long-term borrowing and short-term borrowing. Always, we have a current year and previous year. Assets, fixed assets, tangible, intangible, work in progress, non-current investment, then current asset. All these things are important. Specifically, those who are working in credit, we need to remember this. Formulas based on balance sheet. Working capital is equal to current asset minus current liability. Proprietor funds is equal to shareholder funds, that is owner's equity. Total outsiders liability is equal to non-current liability plus current liability, that is the outsiders liability. Non-current liability is a long-term debt. Shareholder funds is equal to total equity and liabilities less outsiders liability. Very important. This is also called as a net worth. Total asset is equal to non-current asset plus current asset. Okay. Just go through these questions. I will take you through.
D.
All right. Which of the following is not a feature of company? The company is a separate legal entity. Common seal will be there. Perpetual succession means if one person dies, another person take over. This is wrong. Which one is wrong? This one is wrong. The company have a limited liability. Okay. For government company, the government company, holding of central government in authorized capital is 51%. Answer is, if in a central government company, the holding of the central government in the authorized capital. Oh, okay. So here you need to understand it's not in authorized capital. It should be on paid up capital. Answer is none of the above. Okay. Government company, the holding of central government in authorized capital of the company is. So you take answer is B, 51%, not D. Please correct it. Okay. Right. But or you can put it here. This is where the difference is. Here it is mentioned as authorized capital. I'll also explain you what is in by authorized capital. In the third question, it is mentioned as paid up capital, right? So I will explain you what is in by authorized capital. Authorized capital is the maximum amount money which required for us to run the businesses. That is called authorized capital. Okay. Then we have issued capital. Issued capital is nothing but the amount of shares issued to general public. That is called issued capital. Subscribed, the amount of shares subscribed by the general public. Okay, so the subscribed capital, if no issued capital cannot be more than authorized capital. Subscribed capital, subscribed capital can be more than issued issued or less than. Right. If it is more it is called oversubscribed. If it is less, it is called undersubscribed. Okay. Then first is issued, then subscribed, then called up capital. The quantum of shares called by the from the public. Then we have a paid up. Paid up is nothing but the actual amount paid up by the public. Okay, please copy this. Copied?
Sir, one second, sir.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Take your time. Take your time.
Sir,
ఏదిందచ్చా
sir, இந்த கால்டு கேபிட்டலுக்கும் சப்ஸ்கிரிப்ட் கேபிட்டலுக்கும் என்ன சார் டிஃபரெண்ட்? ரெண்டுமே ஜெனரல் பப்ளிக்ல இருந்து
இல்ல subscribed capitalங்கிறது publics are subscribing it. Called up capital means the company calling that. For example, you have applied 1 lakh shares. The company might have called only 80,000 shares. All right. So here I will write called up capital. It's always less or equal to subscribed. Paid up capital is less than or equal to issued capital. Paid up capital cannot be more than issued capital. Cannot be more than issued capital. Okay.
okay, sir. Done, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just close this. So here paid up capital should not be less than 51%. Okay. So the answer is C. The minimum paid up capital required by the public limited company is 5 lakhs. If it is a private limited company, it is 1 lakh. Okay. If it is a private limited company, it is 1 lakh. The following is example of statutory company. Statutory company means a company which is owned by the central government, like Reserve Bank of India, Unit Trust, State Bank of India. This all called statutory company. Which of the following is not a feature of private limited company? We need to remember this is not a feature. Not a feature. All right. Private limited company, the maximum number of members is limited. It's not unlimited. Only a public limited company, it is unlimited. Okay, so that is the reason answer is B. Working capital means current asset minus current liability. Answer is C. Working capital means current asset minus current liability. Maximum number and minimum number of public limited companies. Minimum is 7, maximum is unlimited. Public limited. Minimum and maximum number of members of private limited companies. Minimum to maximum 200 now. Maximum number of members in private limited company. Okay, so please correct that. It's 200. minimum is 2, maximum is 200. Okay, it's not 50. Which of the following is not true in case of a private limited company? Minimum number of members is 2 is correct. Minimum amount of paid up capital is 1 lakh correct. It restricts transfer of shares is correct. It is listed in recognized stock exchange. Please remember, private limited companies are not listed in stock exchange. Only public limited companies are listed in stock exchange. Which of the following statement is true in case of a foreign company? A company incorporated in India and having place of business outside India is true. Which of the following statement is true in case of foreign company? True, no, correct. A company incorporated in India and having place of business outside India. False. A company incorporated outside India and having a place of business in India is called foreign company. Like Citibank is a foreign bank. HSBC Bank is a foreign bank. Okay, so the answer is B. Which of the following is odd one out? Life Insurance Corporation, Reserve Bank, State Bank is all statutory company. ICICI Bank is a private company. LIC is a government. Reserve Bank of India statutory. State Bank is a statutory. ICICI is a private. Okay.
Sir, recently some changes happened in LIC.